as most of you have noticed, if you're in the alternative music sphere, if you like the 2000s metal, also known as new metal, notice there's a resurgence of it. Sadly, it's TikTok that made Deftones popular again, and some other bands like Linkin Park and System of a Down and Korn. If you're young like me, I'm 19 years old, then maybe you were like, wow, actually the music that my dad listens to is pretty cool. I know a bunch of Gen X folks are out there listening to their favorite bands again live because of this resurgence. You know, like, TikTok did something good for us. Maybe being spied on by the Chinese government is not that bad after all. As you guys may or may not know, when this resurgence was starting like around 2020, I guess. Yeah, I started listening to Deftones and they became, I've told this story many times, didn't like them at first, but then they became my favorite band. And you know, they're touring right now, doing their shows. They're never coming to South America. No one comes to South America. Well, actually System of a Down is coming. I'm not sure when, but I'll try to go. But that's not what I'm saying. Real bands don't reach the third world often. They come sometimes. I mean, Deftones has come to Argentina, but I didn't like them back then. I was like a little kid. These bands that you see touring all over the United States, they don't come here. And you know, I understand why, because like maybe the public doesn't ask for it as much. But you know, there's us minority metal liking, new metal apologist folks who really want to see them. They would fill up stadiums. They would fill up the River Stadium, which is like the biggest one we have for artists here. But they still don't come. This sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? We have a bunch of tribute bands here in Argentina. And last year, I went to see tribute bands at this little festival that is done in a bar here in the capital of Buenos Aires. There's Buenos Aires, which is like the province, and then there's a small city that makes a shit ton of revenue, so they're their own little thing. It's called CABA, and it means Ciudad Autónoma de Buenos Aires, which means it's the autonomous city of Buenos Aires, and that's where most of the stuff happens, because like it's a more known place, prettier. If you go to Argentina, you'll probably end up there. So sometimes there will be shows from tribute bands that cover these more popular bands that don't come. Last year I went to one and I made 3 good friends that I have since met again this last edition that was this year, like I think a month ago or something. I was waiting to make a video on it because I had a lot scheduled. I'm gonna tell you how everything went and how the band sounded. And if you ever want to come to Argentina or if you want to see them in other countries, then you're more than free to. I'm just gonna tell you my experience. This is CORNEA-SAL, and I'm going to be telling you about how metal tribute bands are in Argentina. The tribute bands were Deftones by Adrenaline, System of a Down by Victims of Disorder, Avenged Sevenfold by Fin Nightmare, Limp Bizkit by Break Stuff, and Linkin Park and Papa Roach by Underground Noise. So when I came in, Deftones, aka Adrenaline, was already playing, and I listened to them before in the last edition. They're really good. The guy, the singer, gives out some crazy ass screams. They're all very young, I believe. I think they're a bit younger than me or something. I'm not sure. Have a girl guitarist, and they did very well. I had a lot of fun, but you know, since it was the beginning, people were shy to go up into like the front and start moshing, which really annoyed me. It happened the last time too. It was only me and my friends jumping around like idiots. They played a bunch of songs. They played Elite, which is one of my favorite Deftones songs from My Pony. There were some very little mistakes, very small mistakes in the middle of it, but they recovered very, very well from them. I doubt that anyone who doesn't know the song noticed, or anyone who wasn't like actually listening noticed. So afterwards I told the guitarist that she did a good job, because girls supporting girls, and the others did well too, but I just felt like talking to them. Anyway, by Victims of Disorder, I saw these people too, and the guy looks so much like Raj. He sounds and looks like Raj. They were pretty And awesome. They sound a lot like the actual band, which is something that I will judge for myself if I get to go to System of a Down concert here in Argentina. But you know what I want more than actually just watching them play is actually being backstage. Someone get me a backstage pass so I can talk to Brad. Please. Don't think I haven't been trying, guys. There's only so much a girl can do. They were really awesome. They played my favorite song from System of a Down, which is Sugar. I love it so much. I sit. Bottom, that's the room. No lights, no music, just that. I'm away forever. By the way, I'm going to be streaming soon on my Patreon where I'll also upload pictures, we chat, and I post videos of me posting pre-recording as well as sneak peeks and other fun stuff. I'm going to be singing and talking to you guys, so if you want to join, I'd love to have you just for the price of a coffee. Give me caffeine, save a life. Ben played Avenged Sevenfold. I don't listen to Avenged Sevenfold. I don't listen to them. My dad listens to them. I know like half of the Nightmare solo, bruh. I don't remember the rest of it, but it was like. And the guy, the guitarist, again, he had so much aura. He had this cool ass eyeliner. He was like my icon for that night. He was so fucking iconic. Yeah, guys, I think his name was Luis. He was awesome. He played very well. Everyone played very well. The singer was also giving it his all. And I liked it a lot. I jumped in some of them, but I was recovering my energy because System of a Down, Biggest No Disorder was pretty intense for me. I had to pause for a second. I was dying of thirst. And you know, like they sell you bottles of water. Like they can't not give you water. So I just kept going to the bar like, hey, can I have some water? And they didn't ask me if I wanted to buy the bottle. They just gave me a glass of water. It's now illegal not to give water because it's something that happened at a techno party here a few years ago. Some people died of thirst consuming so now it's illegal. Anyway, they were cool, and afterwards when I left the show, I was ready to leave. I went to Burger King after. It was fucking awesome. Came up to him and like some people that were in like a circle talking to him, and I was like, dude, you were the guitar in Avenged Sevenfold. And he was like, yeah. And someone there like in the group, he thinks he didn't do well, and I was like, dude, you played the Nightmare solo, like you're awesome. And everyone was like, yeah, he's awesome. And then we started clapping for him, and then I asked him some more stuff, and I don't know how, this guy's awesome, and we clapped again for him, and he was so cool. So Luis, if you're seeing this, sos un capo mío. CORNEA-SAL approved. And then came the break stuff band, Limp Bizkit, which were actually Russian guys playing. I think the singer from Effing Nightmare was the drummer for this band. So this guy was all in. He was like, okay, singing, playing drums, I don't care. I'm just ready for anything. If you've seen my videos before, like if you've seen any video before this one, you know that I'm actually learning Russian. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta talk to this dude. So it did very good. This guy sounded like Brothers, and he actually gave quite a show at it too. He had to get everything translated because, you know, he didn't know much Spanish. They had played in Russian before, and yeah, very cool. I was kind of low energy. Not gonna lie. But I'm not that into Limp Bizkit, but you know, they're cool. I like the band. I've seen the actual Limp Bizkit live on Lollapalooza, I think 2023. Doesn't compare, but this band, Break Stuff, they were really good too, and I had a really great time. Guy was on stage, I was like, Turuski, and he was like, oh yeah, but like I wanted him to speak in Russian to me, because why are you saying yeah to me? Just say da at least. Me and my friends went to the bar, a little bar that they had, because the place, the bar that has concert thing, like it has a stage at the back. And we actually saw some guys talking to like a foreigner, they were speaking English, you know, they don't speak Spanish. So I was like, I was listening in. As you can clearly tell, my English is not very good. I'm so noisy. I just came in between them, and I was like, hey, Turuski, da. We're like, oh yeah. We just started speaking, and I was like, actually, I don't know that much. But I did talk in Russian with this guy, and apparently he was there because he met a girl there. He was telling me this a bit in Russian, a bit in English, because I'm learning very passively, and I don't really have that much of a vocabulary. But you know, he told me me that the little I spoke was good, so I felt very proud of myself. He told me that he met a girl there and he fell in love. Like he started dating this girl that he met at a bar. They were living together now, and he was learning Spanish. He actually had some Spanish. It was really good. After all, I was like, spasibo, brother. His name started with like, I think it started with blah or something. It started with a B. So if you're seeing this dude, Shinkles, I forgot to mention this important part. He was actually friends with the vocalist. Him and his friend came to see him. Finally, Linkin Park and Papa Roach played. I don't listen to these bands. And Linkin Park was playing the new songs from the new band. And honestly, I don't listen to the old Linkin Park and I don't listen to the new Linkin Park, so I couldn't really vibe with it. And I was really, really tired. I just wanted to eat. So me and my friends just want to go into bed. But I'm sure they'll be good. I mean, the guy, the singer of Underground Noise, was doing his rice creams. Very cool. So props on you for that. Overall, the event was very organized. The sound was good. I was surprised. I actually, you know what? That's an important point. Like at a lot of like small events, there are usually a bunch of sound problems. It's usually very messy. But this event has really good organization. Like the bands played in time. You know, like underground shows usually start like an hour later, but no, this one started on time. The sound was good. The changes were quick. Overall, very full, very complete organization. So I would recommend to you, if you're ever on Buenos Aires, that you go to these events. A bunch of very talented people out here in Argentina. I'm not sure, but maybe if these people talk to you like normally, like I'm talking right now, maybe they don't sound native in English, but when you sing, you know, like that kind of goes away. So they sounded pretty native, like as I was listening to them. And I'm definitely gonna go some other time. And afterwards, I had an amazing Burger King burger. This was CORNEA-SAL, and I'll see you